think we need to predetermine how we're going to respond to transition so that we have to react to it. And so we had transition with kids, we had transition with marriage, we had transition with moving, we had transition from churches. So if we predetermine, we're going to communicate during transition. We're going to have regular check-ins during transition, right? We're going to pray during transition. We're going to have sex. I mean, we're going to, during transitions, right? Because we want to stay connected intimately.
It's important.
And if we predetermine what we're going to do through transition, we can manage transition, and transition won't manage us.
What a day we've had here at the XO Conference, and we are back with some more guests that we're so excited about. We've got Ryan and Priscilla O'Fay. Ryan's a part of Maverick City, which is like just the biggest Christian music movement in the world.
Grammy-winning Maverick City.
Yes. I mean, they're rocking. And they're newlyweds.
Yes.
They are international, not only internationally known, but you guys are international, just period. You live in Canada. You're all over. You met in the United Kingdom, family from Africa.
We live in Canada.
I mean, you guys are just
you guys are
everywhere. I know, I love it.
You guys are everywhere. And Priscilla has the best accent. She could just do voiceover work for a living.
Really
Wow.
So
you really can.
Wow.
So
My British accent.
Oh yeah,
we
love it. So tell us. You told us a little bit before we started rolling, but I love this story. Tell us how you guys first met back when you were 14.
Yeah. Well, David, Ashley, thank you so much for having us. We met when we were 14. I used to play piano at Priscilla's uncle's church. And one day she came into the church and the light of heaven shone on her. And I said, wow. And we became friends. I liked her. I thought she liked me too. And she had to go back to the UK, unfortunately. But over that time, basically my parents live in Africa, so I'd always make it a point to go visit them. And anytime I did so, I'd pass through the UK, have an 8-hour layover, we'd get breakfast and just catch up, and here we are today.
Yeah.
And you've been married, I guess,
for 9 months now.
9 months.
So we are newlyweds.
I love it. And they also, for those of you watching and listening, they got married in May, just like Dave and I did. We feel like that's the best month. I know. See, exactly.
It's the best month.
I love it.
So what are you guys learning about marriage in this first year? It's a sweet, fun season, but you guys have a lot going on. I mean, you're traveling all over, and so how's life looking? What are you learning?
Well, life has completely changed. So I moved from the UK after we got married. So I've been living in Canada for the past 7 months or so, and it's just been nothing but pure bliss, I will say. We're still, in the honeymoon period and getting to learn each other, because we were long distance for 3 years.
So long.
So this feels very fresh, very new to us.
Yes.
And we're learning about each other, we're learning our interests, our hobbies, and also just doing life together.
We get to travel together. And
I love it.
It's something that I think we really look forward to, as Priscilla said. So
I love it.
Incredible.
That's beautiful. And, we know you're going to be actually performing and worshiping with us here at XO. And it's something so special for all of us. And I would just love to hear more about kind of your journey to singing, to worshiping, to being part of Maverick City.
Oh, I mean, that's crazy. I think just like from being a child, I think the speaker that we just had earlier, she was talking about things that came innately to you, things that you just love to do, that your parents were like, okay, can you stop doing that? I think for me, it was definitely like just singing, leading worship. I remember my mom just playing videos, sermons, so many things, and that was something that was like, I just felt instantly drawn to it. I felt like I'd explode if I didn't do it. And so I begged her. I'm like, Mom, I need to sing. And she was kind of like, keep me quiet. And then she let me sing. And from that day on, I mean, she's always been championing me. So anytime we go somewhere, she'd be like, my son can sing. And she'd like push me onto like these platforms and stuff. And I think that all of those things kind of led to me growing up and choosing to really, really be serious about it and do it with my whole heart. And I think Maverick City was really a God thing. I got connected through a songwriting session, and I didn't even know anybody. Like, I didn't even know how to get into that or any way like that. I think it was really a God thing. And it's since 2020. So in the middle of the pandemic, everyone was home, everything was shut down, and that's when God really opened that door for me. So it's been crazy.
It's so awesome. And that's in the middle of you guys dating long distance, right? It's kind of in conjunction with this.
Yes.
Wow. And do you feel like with that kind of coming in the middle of the pandemic, was that like good timing to have? I mean, because the pandemic, it was crazy for everybody, right?
Yeah.
And was that a neat time to kind of join something like that?
I think it was the perfect timing. It felt like
Yeah.
the world almost like slowed down a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and we got a chance to just think about what really matters. You know,
Yes.
a lot of us were home with family. A lot of us understood like how serious illness is, and there was also a whole lot of things happening, even with like Black Lives Matters, and there was just a
Yes,
whole
yes.
lot happening during that time. And yeah, I got connected to Maverick City. I started writing more than ever before. I started traveling to the States, which was a whole ordeal because Canada has like crazy lockdown laws, and,
I've heard,
and
yeah.
even just to see Priscilla, just everything was just a hurdle and a half.
Yeah.
But it was a hard time, but I think that, you know, beautiful things came out of those hard
Sure.
times, and I think that's what we see in our lives. Like some of the most precious things come out of the most difficult times. So
I think you're so right. I would love to ask, and I'm sorry I'm geeking out on this.
go for it.
What is like your favorite worship song to sing? Because you're both singers. I always love to ask singers
We are.
this. Like, what's your favorite worship song to sing?
favorite worship song.
I know that's probably really hard.
Yeah,
I think I have like a
I
go-to
know.
worship song. I feel like a
Yeah.
go-to worship song would be like "Goodness of God,"
Oh,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you
like
guys, I love that song. That's
Yeah,
like one of
it's
my
a
Yeah.
favorites.
beautiful
or
song.
like "Worthy of It All." I feel like any
Yeah.
day, like I
Yeah.
could wake up and sing that. Like it
Yeah.
would just be supernatural to me.
Love it.
I like Here I Am to Worship. I'm taking it old school,
You're
yeah.
taking it
Yeah.
way back.
Way
Like, that's
back.
So
Here
good.
That started a whole movement. That one
Yes.
song of just
Yes.
worship
It
and
really
from
did.
It touches
Hillsong.
me every single time.
You know,
Yeah.
worship song. I
Yeah.
mean, music is so tied to memory, but worship songs are so tied to our Christian experiences. You
Yes.
know, like
Wow.
I can like picture myself. I want to say it like what's the college event? I'm totally drawing a blank here.
Oh,
where-
Passion?
Passion.
Passion.
I remember singing something like that at Passion. Like I'm talking way back,
Way
you know,
back.
and we're a lot
Wow.
older than you. We're talking way back.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it's
That's
I
so
love
cool.
that, and I love hearing that, and I would love to hear you both sing that.
Yeah,
Not on the
we won't
spot.
put you on the
no,
spot, no.
She's looking at me
But-
like, "Are you serious right now?"
On the
But hey,
second podcast.
but hey, tonight though you can come and you
That's
can hear
right.
Ryan. We would love to hear a concert of the two of you together
I
sometime.
know.
I think that would be amazing.
That would be
So
amazing.
maybe we'll have
Do
to
you all like
get that
singing
on the
together?
books.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we don't do it often,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
maybe we'll get into it
That'd
in
be
the
really
future.
fun.
I
Well,
love it.
Well,
I love it.
well, tell folks where they can connect with you guys if they want
Yeah.
just to learn more of your story or your music.
Absolutely. I mean, all social media platforms, Ryan O'Fay, Priscilla O'Fay, as well as all digital platforms for music, whether it be Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Ryan O'Fay. So Ryan O'Fay, Priscilla O'Fay, super easy to find.
Yeah.
And we have incredible stuff, music, life experiences,
Wedding content.
content, all
yes.
of the above. And
I
so-
love it.
Yes.
The world's going to be hearing a lot more from you guys in the years
Yes.
to come. I've got no doubt.
We
Amazing.
believe
So
it. We
thank you
believe
for sharing your gifts with us here at XO, and thank you for what you're doing around the world to bring hope and encouragement for Jesus. And we just pray God's continued blessings on your marriage and all that He has for you.
it. Amen.
Amen. Thank
Amen.
you so much.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, XO.
All right, XO, we are back.
We're
if you
here.
are here live,
Hey.
come upstairs if you want. We'd love to have you.
Here we are.
Just $5 a person. Just kidding.
No.
It's free. It's free. We are here with our dear friends,
Yes.
Jimmy and Irene Rollins, who are
Yes.
a big part of the XO family. You're part of our adopted family.
Come on.
We love
Jimmy
you guys.
is also my fashion coordinator.
Interracial families.
Yeah,
That's right.
totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And you guys, you help me be cooler. You help me know Jesus more, be a better husband, but you also help me just be cooler.
Absolutely.
And we,
and spend more money.
and spend more money, right?
I
So
know.
I feel judged.
So
I feel a bit judged.
no, you're the friends that like we name drop for people to think we're cool. Like, we were hanging out with
I get it.
Rollins, Jimmy and Irene.
You know the Rollins? You guys know the Rollins?
They're friends. They're friends. We hang. So,
The name dropping, I love
Here
it.
we are.
Yes.
We love you guys. Thank you
Absolutely.
for having
hey,
us.
Of course.
You guys are amazing.
anywhere we go, you're invited.
Come on.
So
Absolutely.
tell us, rewind the clock. Tell us how you guys first met. We love asking folks this on the podcast. Tell us.
Yeah.
We've heard some of the story, but just
Yes.
for all the listeners, tell us how it began.
So,
Yes.
we met on the job.
Yes, we
We
did.
were both IT technical recruiters, headhunters, and I was dating someone else. And
Started off great.
Yep.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Hey.
Right.
I went
All
to a
good.
basketball game to watch him play, and the owner of the team asked me to come interview. And on the first day of my interview, I met Jimmy. I
Aw.
broke up with the guy a week later. He asked me out like within an hour.
I did?
No, not even an proactive. I maybe
A
had
minute.
just
She hung up the
put
phone.
the
Man of
phone
action.
down.
I was stalking.
He was
through the
stalking
cubicle.
me.
Good for you. Hey, that's
Yeah.
just being proactive.
And then I
That's not-
called. I called the guy she was dating and told her he's no longer dating her.
You're the one that informed him that
Big-
they were broken up.
Big Daddy's
Yes.
in town.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So we met, and 3 months later we were engaged.
Hey,
And
you know, you know.
6 months later we were married. We do not recommend
No,
it.
don't do
Yes.
But yeah, that's how we met.
that. Absolutely.
Here you
And how
are.
many years now? married?
23 years.
23
Yeah.
years.
23.
I
Yeah,
love it.
we're nipping at your heels. We're 22 in
And
May.
3 kiddos. Yeah,
wow.
we are. We're 22 in May.
But tell us, how old are your kids?
22,
Yep.
20, and 17.
Nice.
Aw.
Yeah.
We're
great
almost
spacing.
empty
Who did
nesters.
we meet? Like, is this the oldest, the middle, the youngest? Who we met today?
Oh, she's the oldest.
the
The oldest,
Yeah.
and so lovely, just as
Yeah.
you
She's awesome.
described.
She was
Oh,
a
goodness.
mistake, actually. Just
She was a surprise.
a surprise.
A
not
beautiful
a
Ignore
surprise.
Yeah.
him.
Surprise.
Completely planned.
God knew she
Oh,
was
never.
coming.
No, never.
She's
sorry.
over here like,
And
what?
she's amazing.
Mom and Dad.
I'm sorry.
God had such a
So
great plan for her.
Oops.
She's amazing.
She responds so well too. She's just like,
She has
Yeah.
a purpose and a destiny.
I hope our
Oh my
children
gosh.
turn out like her. That's what I hope.
she's awesome. Yes.
Let's see if we can make
I
her
love it.
blush for the rest of the
I know.
night.
She's like, why are you looking at me? Stop it.
Well,
I love it.
you guys, you're good at so many things, right? I mean, you just are. You're good at so many. It's like people aren't supposed to have this much talent. Like you're supposed to be good at a few things, but the Rollins are great at all these things.
You're so
but you're
kind.
focusing so much of your talent, in this season, specifically on helping marriages, which is just so near and dear to our hearts. So tell us about that passion that you guys clearly have. You obviously have the gifting for it, but that passion you have to help
Yeah.
couples.
Go, babe. You go.
Well, I would say it's pretty much came out of the fact that we know we are a miracle.
Yeah.
Our marriage is a miracle, and so we want to share how we got over, how God rescued us from ourselves.
Yeah.
And we want to share and give hope to other couples. Literally, if it was up to us,
Yeah.
we would have been a statistic.
Yeah, we would have been
And
divorced.
100%. And so we're really glad that we stuck it out through the hard times. And you can kind of elaborate more on that.
Yeah. I think it's been, 23 years has been about the best 7 years ever.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
what we see and what we have now is just this amazing story, this amazing testimony, this repair that God put us back together. And what we've discovered is there's no better teacher than pain, but maybe there is someone else's. And so if we can give away our pain and we can give away the struggles and the mountains that we had to climb, maybe others can find hope and find destiny through whatever their marriage might face. And so we believe that, having a good marriage is the best gospel that we could ever
Oh, yeah.
preach.
Sure.
Yeah.
So why not just preach this gospel?
Right?
Yeah.
Have a good marriage.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
love that. And you guys do such a great job of that, of being so vulnerable with what you did go through.
Yeah.
And also really giving people practical tools. We're all about like those practical tools because people hear your story and they're like, I want that to be like, I want God to give me a restoration story too. But then like giving them really practical steps to take. And I love how you guys are so open about that. And so I would love to ask, like, and they're going to hear more, that EXO people are going to hear all this tonight, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait to hear it myself. But just kind of right now, what do you feel like God's teaching you right now in this season? Because it's kind of a new, like you've moved,
Yes.
and you moved from Maryland to Florida, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
And you are loving it. Every
It's
time I hear
like-
you talk about it, you light up.
It's like vacation every
Yeah.
day, and
Yeah.
then we're going to be empty nesters. So
Yes,
Yeah.
big.
we'll just be naked all the time. Naked marriage
Naked
podcast.
marriage.
That's why
For it.
I love that.
That's how I got him to, read a book.
I feel
It's
judged.
because it was called Naked Marriage. He was
True.
like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
True.
Yeah, let's read that
Hey, naked,
Right?
naked gets the guy's attention.
It does. It really does.
one. Yes.
So, transition.
I was going to say the
That
same thing.
literally has been our middle name.
Yeah.
And I would say for me, I told Jimmy this
Yeah.
when he approached me about potentially moving and relocating because this
Yeah.
is huge, right? We've been in the same spot for 23 years. And I looked at him and I said, you know what? Wherever you go, that's my home.
Yeah.
So home has a face and it's Jimmy Rollins.
Come on.
Yeah.
So wherever he's going, I'm
like that.
going.
I feel at home when I see your
You know
face.
what
I say that.
Literally, I could care less. So I had to just, navigate transition and change and take my kids through that same process. And like you said, all the practical stuff.
Yeah.
Went to counseling,
Oh, yeah.
dealt with all my fears,
Yeah.
talked about it with my husband, sought God, prayed, fasted, godly counsel, all of that. And just like the real conversations at 11 o'clock at night when we were grieving leaving.
It's a grief process.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It is.
But
Yeah.
at the same time celebrating the new. It was just such a roller coaster of things. So
Yeah.
I think right now in this season, what God's saying to me is really slow down to smell the flowers, because
Yeah.
I've been in transition for so long.
Yeah.
I like just getting to be here today and experience the people and seeing my daughter and hanging out with friends. Like
Yes.
I'm smelling the flowers while we get to do what we sharing our
I love that.
testimony with the world.
That's a great way to live.
Amazing.
So
that
good.
was long. It was long. I have ADD. And she
It was
knows
all
that.
good though.
Yeah, I think what Irene said, transition. I think every couple, it's transition. You don't win at transition. You manage transition.
Yeah, that's good.
And when you realize like that life is full of transitions, I think we need to predetermine how we're going to respond to transition so that we have to react to it. And so we had transition with kids, we had transition with marriage, we had transition with moving, we had transition from churches. So if we predetermine, we're going to communicate during transition. We're going to have regular check-ins during transition, right? We're going to pray during transition.
Yeah.
We're going to have sex. I mean, we're going to, doing transitions, right? Because we want to stay connected intimately.
Yeah, it's important.
And if we predetermine what we're going to do through transition, we can manage transition, and transition won't manage us.
Yes.
And I think that's what's key. I like to say that every transition, it begins with an ending and ends with a new beginning.
Yes.
And so how we end in a season determines how we begin in the next season.
Yeah.
And so we've had a lot of messy ends, like messy departures.
Yeah.
But now we're trying to figure out like how do we
Do it
have
healthy.
grace for one another through seasons of transition so that we can dominate the next season. That's
I love that.
Yeah.
absolutely.
You
So
guys have
good.
done so much for the kingdom, for the body of Christ around the world, and you're just hitting your prime. Like I'm so excited about this
Come on.
next season of ministry, and to get to do it with you, through XO, because the Rollins are part of the family here at XO. Go
Absolutely.
to xomarriage.com. You'll have great content from them. Check out their new podcast. Check out all that they're doing with us, and even more is coming. And their story, their ministry is powerful. I can't wait to hear you guys tonight. We love you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being on.
Love y'all
Thank
so
you guys
much.
so
We love you guys.
Absolutely.